What is your go-to reply for a text message?
Okay.
Hey.
Probably a heart sign.
What is happening?
Man, I was very excited to do this podcast. That answer just went so many different directions. No, let's not get into that. Well, let's get into it.
Your sign is okay?
I said hey. She said.
Oh, hey.
She said okay.
How's that a reply?
I don't know. Like,
you just say hey?
If someone says hi, like I'm like, hey, how are you doing?
No,
I don't know, but like
go to
generally, like there's something that you always reply, like that you usually are just like, yo, this.
Oh, okay.
Like LOL or something.
Yeah, maybe a LOL or something like that.
You just like things.
Yeah, I'll like.
You usually
things.
just like
yeah.
it.
Cause like
yeah, you are okay.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the thing.
Yeah.
I feel like a heart is a safe one.
Just what color?
Red.
Even if it has
Okay.
nothing to do with like.
I don't believe in the colored hearts.
What about yellow?
You know, no. Some people, I think maybe on a special circumstance.
Yeah, what's the
but
point
I
of the
believe-
colored hearts? I don't get the color.
I
I think
love the
it's
yellow
I think
heart.
it's to let you know, like,
Oh, it's not about
first
love.
of all, homophobic. Okay. I know that there's certain guys that are like, all right, I'm gonna send him like a blue heart to let him know, like, yo, love. But like, I don't like love you like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
any guy
Like,
who
that's
thinks
dumb.
that deeply into it, like,
I'm
it
telling
has a fragile
you, it's a real thing.
masculinity.
It's a
People
real
do
thing,
that.
though.
People do
It's
that.
a real thing.
Even girls do that to like guys. Like, okay, make sure we don't send the red one. Like, we'll send a different color.
Yeah. That's what I
Wait,
mean. There's
really?
different.
Yeah.
That's what like the purposes of those.
Okay.
I get those all the time. I'm like, I'm not trying to like relax.
I feel like yellow's always safe, and yellow's me.
That's the problem. It's safe.
That's the problem.
It's safe.
It's just me.
No,
Why
but,
don't you
why is
send
it
the red
safe?
one? Yeah, why can't you do the red
I
one?
mean, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable doing it, like I don't know. I just
There you
like,
go.
There you
There
go.
you
That's
go.
my
Okay,
exact
fine.
problem with it.
I guess so.
That's love is love.
Love is love.
You don't have to
You're
like
right.
if somebody asks you like,
But I prefer a yellow
Hey-
heart over a red heart. Like if
hey,
you
do you
guys
want to
send
go
me a
out
red
with me?
heart,
Then you can just be like, no.
You prefer a
But you
yellow
send
one?
a-
I
heart.
prefer a yellow one
Okay.
I don't like that. I'm against your movement.
Yeah, me
against
too.
my yellow heart.
I
movement?
like the straight
I'm
red.
against your movement.
Straight red.
Really? No.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
I love yellow.
But we did get a broken heart the past week.
What
You didn't
happened?
even intro us.
Oh,
sir.
sorry. Dang it, man. I had a cool segue.
Dang
Okay.
it, man.
This is Strange Flavors, the greatest and straightest podcast. My name is Shimmer.
I'm FARAS.
My name is Amber.
And yeah.
This is what happens when Shimmer
is
is
what
now
hap-
the host.
Yeah, dude. Like, I had a
Shimmer,
cool
you've
intro.
been on a roll though,
Yeah.
so don't
okay.
let him get
Let
you
me go
down.
back to my cool segue.
Okay, go ahead.
So we had a broken heart this past week.
Oh.
And Stan Lee, the creator of Marvel, has passed away.
Oh.
Yeah, that was pretty sad.
R.I.P..
Yeah.
Honestly, like
No,
I was kind of expecting
to be
it
honest,
anytime, but
like
because he was really old, right?
the past 10 years, I've always wanted to go to Comic-Con to like meet
Meet
Stan
him?
Lee because I know he was gonna pass away soon. Because he passed away at 95.
Yeah.
That's pretty strong.
And
That's
like,
a
yeah,
good,
that-
especially for like a white dude.
that's
That's
really
pretty good.
long. That's really
Like,
long.
white people don't live that long usually.
Dang.
No, I'm serious. Like, I'm serious. Like,
I think people in
Asians,
generally
like
don't live
Asians
that
last long usually.
Yeah.
White
But like
people
not
usually
that
don't.
long. I don't think like that's not average. Like 95 is not
Yeah,
average.
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
average.
At all.
No, no.
And that's really good.
Yeah.
But he's created like so many childhoods and universes.
Who's your favorite Marvel character? Did he create everybody?
He
Or,
created
just some
like
of
80% with his buddy.
Did he create Wolverine?
Yeah.
All right, then I really respect
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And
Wolverine's
like
my
the
favorite.
thing is a lot of his, things that
Did he
he
make
created.
Spider-Man? Sorry.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know that much. So I was just asking.
He created
Did he
like almost everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dope.
And the thing is he
Barbie.
created these things like 60 years ago. And the
Just
fact that they
kidding.
still exist and like are strong today
I love that they honor
as well.
him.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they put him in every
cameo.
movie is
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
Imagine you're watching the last Avengers coming up, and do you even watch the movie movies? I
She
feel
doesn't
like
know
I'm not even
anything.
talking.
I don't know anything
You're
about
watching the
superheroes.
last
Did you hear
one,
what I said?
and they do a Stanley
Wow.
montage.
Dude,
And
What
it
is
says
my
"Rip
voice?
Stanley."
Avengers 4 is going to be like that. I'm pretty sure. They're
That'll
gonna
be
do it.
dope. I'm
Yeah.
excited for that.
Literally,
Yeah.
me too.
I'm excited.
You sure?
Yeah. I love Barbie.
All right. Well, speaking of cartoon characters, there's a new trailer that came out. A new Pikachu movie. Live action. Pokemon.
I saw that. I'm actually gonna pull it up so Amber can see what we're talking
Amber,
about.
you know about this though, right? Like Pokemon and what they look like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I have brothers.
Okay, so like the way that this guy looks, like the Pikachu, and I mean all of them really, it's
Yeah.
just like I'm not really mad about that, but Ryan Reynolds is voicing Pikachu.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I didn't think this movie was real, right? I thought this was like a
same.
fake fan
I thought like
trailer.
one of those YouTubers made this trailer.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? I thought Pikachu was supposed to be like, Pika, Pika.
Yeah,
Like,
I think he is, but the character, he can for some reason hear the.
so it's like a comedy.
Yeah, it's like a slight comedy, but like a mystery.
Like Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. Like he does that type of stuff, and now he's Pikachu.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like this.
It's weird, but
Why would they do that?
I'm excited for it. Like it's unique. It's not like a basic, Pokemon movie. It's like slightly different.
It's weird, bro. There's not even an Ash.
No.
Wait, there's no Ash?
There's no Ash. He's the main character.
He's adorable.
No. But like, if you hear him talk, turn the volume up a little bit, Shady. Like you'll hear this. I got it.
Oh my god, I want one.
No, trust me. Like the way he sounds, it's Ryan Reynolds voicing him.
I would love that.
Wait,
to be honest,
speaking words?
Ryan Reynolds?
He's speaking words.
No, but nobody else can hear him. Like he's Pika Pika to everybody except for that guy.
Do you hear that? Isn't that weird?
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's not.
I feel like I thought it was like a rule that Pikachu can't like speak words.
The thing is, he can't. You guys aren't listening. You guys are not listening. Only he can understand him, and he doesn't know why, and you don't know why. That's why it makes it interesting.
Okay, but Ash never understood Pikachu.
Yeah, because he's a dumb. No, I'm joking.
He's a dumb.
He's a dumb. I was gonna add on.
It's a weird idea. I'll watch it, but I'm mad still.
Yeah, I think the Pokemon look great.
Oh my god, but I want one.
But they usually mess up.
Amber,
with,
if it sounded like that, would you still want it? He's like, "Hey, Amber, I'm Pikachu. Can I sleep next to you?"
I think she'd want it more.
You'd be okay with that?
She wanted more because of that.
Honestly,
you can't even take a red heart seriously. How are you gonna take like a?
It's a yellow Pikachu. I could give it yellow hearts.
It sounds like a grown man.
Honestly, even better.
Wow.
Moving on.
All right, so we had some.
I'm done.
Questions from you guys, the listeners.
Yeah, feel free to send these in. You guys are always awesome, and send us dope questions.
Send it to strangeflavorspodcast@gmail.com or tweet us at Twitter at strangeflavors or Instagram DM us at strangeflavors. Any questions? You guys have been actually asking really interesting things.
Sending us good questions.
Okay, so this is kind of like a personal thing. This person didn't ask to be anonymous, but I'm going to leave it that way anyways. He said, I have another question if you guys can help me with it. I have a very close Indian friend. He and I have been friends since 5th grade, and now we're seniors in high school. He's a great guy who respects me and all, but he has cousins in the West Coast who think otherwise. They hate Pakistanis and Muslims. I'm both. I happened to talk with one of them. I started out a jokish way, and then he started to hurt insults at me, calling me a Paki terrorist, etc. Usually I don't care about this stuff, but for some reason it made me sad. I guess it's because that I'm close to my friend and he's related to him and all. I'm genuinely sad about it, and I don't know what to do. He's not going to change his mind, and it makes me sad that he hates me for who I am.
I think, sorry.
Go ahead, yeah.
I mean, I think if you've acknowledged that he's not going to change his mind, like the first thing that you can do is be loving and caring to those who do not believe like in who you are, and just be a good person to them. And if that doesn't change their mind, and that shouldn't allow for you to be upset. Like, don't let another person's perception or wrong perception of you, because it seems like you're aware. Don't let somebody's wrong perception of you make you feel anything less. Like, don't let another person's opinion belittle you.
And I think the best thing is
Pakistan India thing is garbage, first of all.
And I think they're like behind on their thinking that like, oh, you're messed up. Like, the best thing you can do is just be a good representation of you and your people.
It'll honestly, like, if that person has that mentality, it's not just with you, and it will catch up to them. Like, the way that life goes, if he's gonna come across whoever and whatever, like, you yourself are good, and that's great, and that's all you should worry about, and that person will figure themselves out through their lifetime.
Hang in there, buddy.
Maybe it's hard because it's like family and friends that you're dealing with, so I think you have to be understanding on both sides. That's the thing, but you also have to like understand that you have more knowledge when you are like okay with both things, so it's kind of your responsibility to teach them. You know how like nowadays it's like a lot of people that have to go home and like talk to their parents. This is something that like people our age, this generation of like white people especially, have been really good at, is like going home and being like, hey, I need to talk to my parents and my grandparents about the way that they look at Black America or immigrants or whatever. And so like they had to kind of like understand that they are their family, they still love them, but they're backwards in their thinking, and they just need that education. And so just being a good example, living your life the way that you want other people to see you living it, like I think that's all it takes. You have to be patient, and if you're not ready for that sort of like burden on yourself, if you want to call it that, then maybe just back up and be like, I can't really deal with you right now because these are my beliefs, and like, you know, it's not appropriate for you to discriminate in that way.
Yeah, I appreciate you sending in that question though.
Yeah, good luck, man. We wish you the best. Here's another one from Sid Mullick. She says, can you please talk about mental disorders and how important it is to have a healthy mind, because a lot of people don't realize how serious this is. I would be so effing happy if y'all did it. Thanks for sending that in. Actually, I want to take this to the topic of Lily Singh, Superwoman on YouTube, because she actually just took a break from YouTube because she wanted some
focus on her mental
space. Yeah, I mean, it's super important. I think prior to starting this podcast, we were just talking about, you know, how these things, we don't expect certain people to have something going on, but the more we talk about them, the more we normalize it, and you really don't know what people are going through. So like Ellen says at the end of every single one of her shows, be kind to one another. I think that's like one of the greatest mottos for living your life. It's cool to joke around and everything, but just understand that a lot of us aren't talking about what's going on behind the scenes, and respect that. Maybe
I think the most mental disorders that I've come in contact with is depression and bipolar, and more so specifically depression. And I think that one of the biggest things that I've learned throughout the last year and talking to friends who've dealt with it is the type of energy that you put into where you want to be versus where you are. Because I found even when I was struggling with it is that I was putting myself in a place of dwelling on where I am versus where I could be. And when I started putting that type of energy into what I want to do and where I want to be versus dwelling at where I'm not, that's when I saw the change, and that's where I started to pull myself out. And you can't expect to progress unless you're trying to walk towards that light in the tunnel versus staying in the tunnel. And everybody deals with it differently. So I'm not saying it's easy to pull yourself out by any means. It's everybody has their own journey with it, and however you're struggling with it. And some people need to talk to a therapist, and some people use their friends as their therapist, and some people need medication. Whatever that is, it's best to evaluate it versus like recognizing where it is and staying where you are.
And I think a huge thing is a lot of people related to, like, you know, breaking a bone or something. It's not bad to look upon going to a doctor to check your bones to see if they're broken,
right?
But it's looked down upon to go to a therapist to see if you have a mental health issue, and it shouldn't be like that. Like, you should always get it checked out, even if it's small or big. You never know, somebody could help you in any way. Or
I think it's a weird thing because like we feel like as friends we're supposed to help people that are going through something, and I think that that's kind of like a weird line because we're not therapists, and we're not supposed to tell people what to do or whatever. But what do you think is like the best way as a friend that you can say to somebody who is going through something?
Personally, I would say, like, in the way that I approach it to my friends is like, what is the aspects that's making you feel that's making you feel stuck, and that's making you feel like you're in the rut that you're in, and now what can we do to change that, and what do you want to do now to
so like kind of put
that?
it on them and ask them questions
I think the best thing that you can do as a friend is help your friend think their thoughts.
Okay,
you don't have to think for them, you don't have to make decisions for them, but be that friend to kind of push them along on their path, because sometimes people are just stuck.
And isn't that like the therapist's job? It's like they're not telling you what to do. They're just you already know the answer.
They give you a place to vent.
Right.
True.
So,
okay. Because I think that's something that a lot of us maybe have a hard time with. Like, I can't tell you I know what you're going through, or I know what it's like, and I don't ever want to be that person and be like, oh yeah, like I get it, like just do this or that, and you're good to go. It's not like that, and I don't want to pretend like it is easy because I just don't know. But yeah, I guess like just by listening, that maybe does a lot. Listen to people. Thanks for sending that in. I think mental health is something that we need to continue talking about and still have a lot of work to do on.
Sorry, I was going to say the thing about Lily Singh really quickly.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's really cool. Lily Singh actually started her channel because she was in a depression, and she wanted an outlet to actually, you know, put out stuff into the world and make herself feel happy. And that was when she was 21. And so it's interesting to see a decade later, 8 years later, whatever it is, to see her kind of go, you know, be in the highest part of her life, have the most money that she could, have all these businesses, girl love, wanting children to go to like the school initiative and all that type of stuff, and then still being able to be in a place where she finds herself stuck again. And I think that she did exactly what she needs to, which is recognizing it and then making a change to like do something about it. And so I think if anybody who has handled their mental health the right way, like, and not there's no right way, wrong way, my bad, but like to do it in a way that's healthy,
that you're comfortable with.
That's healthy, is Lily, because she was like, hey guys, I recognize these last few months I've been kind of outbursting and getting angry quicker, and I realized I haven't, and I felt lonely, but I haven't put the effort into fostering relationships, and I felt like this, but I haven't put the energy into this. I haven't wanted to be in places that I first found happiness in, and I need to go find that again. And I think it's a really cool thing that Lily put that out there for all of her young like audience to be able to see her unicorns, to see how, you know, if you are dealing with something, there's a way to navigate it.
Yeah. YouTubing is lonely, especially if you do it by yourself. And like the vlogs that some of these people come out with, you can tell that they're going through stuff.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm going through a lot.
What'd you say?
No, I said I'm going through a lot.
Yeah, dealing with me, right?
No.
A lot of you guys asked this one question that I actually want to save for our guest,
who's been patiently waiting here
yeah,
for 3 hours. We kept him silent.
So we'll ask him this question as it comes along. It has to do with Zayn Malik, if that helps. But yeah, here's who's been waiting here for a little while. He just came out with a new album, Changes. It's out everywhere. He's blowing up out of the DMV area.
Boom, boom, boom.
Coming to your city next, hopefully.
Boom, boom, boom.
On the come up.
Boom, boom.
Sound from the basement.
Yeah. Okay.
Here it is. MOE VISION.
Thank you so much.
You guys don't have
That
to
introduction was amazing.
I tried.
That was crazy.
It was a little improv.
That was wild.
I wish I could have said more.
Nah, that was big. I feel kind of shook right now.
Listen,
Jeez,
listen. We have to address the elephant in the room.
Where is that?
Oh, the
Yeah.
You walked in here with
grills.
Yeah.
What was the thought process? And more importantly, you had a 2-hour drive here. Did you have those in the whole time?
Yeah, I did.
dang.
Really?
Yeah, I've been
Do
just
you eat
wearing
with those
them all
on?
the time.
Do you eat with
All
those
the
on?
time?
Yeah.
Do you
No,
eat-
you can't really eat with them.
Oh, okay.
That would be very terrible. But yeah, I got them when I was in Toronto, and I've just been wearing them ever since, pretty much.
Dang.
What is it? Does it make you feel a certain type of way? Like,
I just like them. Like I've always like.
is it comfortable
Like
in
the
your
way.
mouth?
Yeah, it feels good.
It's like a piece of jewelry,
It
right?
doesn't
Like
feel
a
like
ring.
anything. Like it doesn't.
Because I hated having
really
like
light.
retainers.
But you
Yeah.
can eat with them?
You can't eat with them.
Okay,
You gotta
okay.
take it out. But it's really.
How is that like at a fancy dinner table?
I just kind of walk away for a second and come back. Nobody noticed.
They're silver.
Yeah.
Is there a reason?
I'm
for
glad
that?
they're not the gold ones. I
Yeah.
actually
I don't like the gold ones,
because it looks
yeah.
like your teeth are yellow.
Yeah, I don't like the gold
Yeah.
ones. Like I think the the silver like
Silver ones
all
look
that.
icy.
yeah
Icy.
I see.
Speaking
That's
of
one of
icy,
his
that's
songs.
one of the tracks you have on your new album, Changes.
Yeah.
We've been hearing you talk about this a little bit, and
For a while.
everyone was hype over it.
Yeah.
How are you feeling right now after just dropping it a few days ago?
I feel excited. I feel happy that like people can finally hear the songs that I've been working on, and it's cool to see, like we talked about this earlier, it's cool to see that everyone has a different favorite song.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
That's
like
awesome. For sure, yeah.
that's a good feeling because you know, it's not like there's like one song that stands out. It's like different
which is the
vibes,
case
which-
for a lot of artists that come
Yeah.
out now. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, there's this
Yeah.
one
They
good
had
song.
that single or
Right.
whatever.
And it's cool. It's crazy, and it's like I'm seeing like different people in my life liking different songs, and then I'm almost like, I knew
You're that type
I
of
knew you would
person.
like that song. I knew- like
That's
it's,
so
it's like
cool.
a good feeling. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
to see that.
How was the
So-
build up to the album? Like, were you nervous? Were you?
No, I wasn't nervous at all. I've like put out so many projects, so it's like the same thing. It's almost like a playoff run type of feeling, where it's like you get your team together, and then all of a sudden you're working towards a goal, and then
Mhm.
you're in the playoffs, and then like you get to the championship. So like regardless, like I've put out music, but it's cool. This is the first time that this feels like my first album.
Interesting.
You had a video like that you put out. You were putting out little videos beforehand,
Yeah.
and you were like, I don't feel anything.
I don't
Mhm.
feel anything.
Yeah.
Like I
That's
was
cool. That
trying
was
to feel
honest.
something. Like even when it came out,
Mm-hmm.
and I was afraid to even put that thought out.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're supposed to, as a new
Hype
artist,
up
you're supposed
or
to be all
something.
excited.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're supposed to be like, oh, I can't wait. This is amazing. I'm so happy. All this stuff. But I felt nothing the day, like of, and even when it came out, I was looking at people posting it, and I was like, cool, like, all right, like, what's next? Like, I keep thinking, like, what's next? And I'm trying to, like, really enjoy, like, what's going on right now and, like, absorb what's going on right now. But sometimes when you're, like, an up-and-coming artist, and you talked about this earlier, like, when you're, like, you know where you want to be, it's hard to, like, you were saying in a different light, like, you were saying that it's a good thing, but it is a good thing. But I think that there's a balance where you have to also, like, appreciate the moment that you're in and
the things you've done, right?
Yeah, and strive to the top. Like, that balance between being content and being ambitious is something that I struggle with. So like, I'm trying to work on that.
Do you think that this is the album that's going to, like, break out, that finally shows you?
I think that's where I'm, like, really like, trying to figure out, like, I'm really trying to focus in on the after album process, because
like the marketing and stuff behind it,
the marketing, but also just finding ways for people to hear the music in a genuine way, not so much like, you know,
paid ads and stuff,
all of that. Yeah, I'm trying to find genuine ways for people to hear music. And, like, because I was even thinking about, like, even music videos, they're cool and everything, but I can't remember the last time, like, that I discovered an artist by watching a music video. Do you know what I'm saying? Personally, like, for me, like, when I discovered artists that I really remember, like, it was in a random way. So it was like The Weeknd, when he came out, I heard that the high for this song, like, The Weeknd is one of my favorite artists, and, like, he came out with that song, and then he had his it wasn't the trilogy then, but it was his first, like, you remember what they were called, right? Like the House of Balloons, the Thursday, all those, like, EPs or albums. But I didn't know what he looked like for, like, a year, because I consciously didn't want to, like, I wanted to separate him from the music, because I love the music so much. So I'm trying to find ways for, like, I think it's just, you know, letting people in on my process a little bit more.
For your own self, do you kind of struggle with that? Like, you know how you kind of separated him from his brand, you know, and a lot of nowadays, like, the brand decides, like, how people listen to the music and whatnot. Do you struggle with that?
As far as with putting my music out, or as far as listening to
you know,
artists?
you have a personal brand, right? Like how you are as a person,
like your personality. It's social media question, really.
Like,
you
have a personality.
So that's something that you know, I just think that everyone has done this to themselves, and, like, we've made each other feel like brands when we're people, you know? Like, I'm just a person that makes music, and it's like, I started making music in 2006, and it was because, and it's crazy what you told me about, it's Superwoman, right? Is that
Superwoman.
So I didn't know that, and, like, I guess thinking, I was really, like, listening to her story, and it's like, I was depressed in 2006. I was very lonely. I was, like, just didn't know what I wanted to do.
But you said in your song things
life.
were good in 2006.
No, but it was good in different ways.
Like simple.
It was
simple
life was
time.
simple.
Okay, I got
there
it.
wasn't this extra, like, burden of, like, so where I was like, I was just living life, and I was, like, trying to figure out what I want to do. And then I made music to, like, kind of help me get through what I was going through. And, like, so when I started making music, I was, like, a little sad. I was by myself. So then I made it to, like, make myself feel better. And it helped me a lot, you know? And then all of a sudden, like, as time goes on, I just think about how, like, before, like, the amount of people that, like, are now have access to, like, social media and stuff like that, like, it wasn't like that before, you know? And the way it is now, it's like we kind of bully each other into, like, feeling like we have to brand ourselves. Like, even my friends who don't do anything creatively, like, they sometimes think, like, damn, I haven't posted something in a while. Or, like, a girl I know will be like, oh, I went this place, I didn't get any pictures, and she's, like, stressed. Or, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, and it's like, but it's in reality,
it's like that Drake song where he's like, all you did when you went to Rome or something was, like, post pictures for people at home, just to see, and you were really sad the whole time. I forget what the lyrics are exactly.
And it's like that,
true.
and it's like, even, like, guys, like, it doesn't always apply to, it's like both. It happens with both. Like, even guys are just out here, like, taking pictures and stuff to like feel like a part of this community of strangers,
like a race almost.
You know, and it's like the people, it's like this, it's this competition, and it trickles down to even like, it's sad, but it trickles down to even the girl you're with. Like, for example, like you might meet somebody and you might be like, oh, she's beautiful, right? And then you're vibing out with her, talking to her, and then, but the generation we live in, it's like, it doesn't end there. You're not gonna like just get this girl's number and then, you know, try to like hang out and see where it goes.
You follow her.
You want to follow her.
Look at all her old
You're
pictures.
gonna look at her pictures, and you're gonna look if she's photogenic. So if she's not photogenic, then she's not gonna look good to you anymore because of one reason. It's because what will people see me as if I post a picture with this girl? You know what I'm saying? Well, it'll take my swag level down.
Really? That's a thought?
That's a thought people have.
Dang.
Definitely.
I thought it's the opposite, where like you
crazy.
see somebody on social media, they look very good, but in real life they don't look like what you.
No,
what
it
they
goes
look
both
like on
ways.
there.
It's the
Okay,
same thought. It's different ways. So like if you meet somebody in person and they look good, right? And then you go and see them on social media and they're maybe not photogenic, or maybe they're not artistic enough to take a picture, that their vibe on Instagram doesn't add up to like what you saw them
I feel like
in
I'd
person.
respect that almost.
But it takes it. That's you.
So I'm
Then
saying
that's a
from
good
like,
thing.
if you're trying to make it big and you're trying to be poppin' and you want to have like this girl or whatever,
Yeah.
you wouldn't want to post her up, is what you're trying to say.
Personally, I don't care.
No, but that's the idea.
That's how people. Like, it's a
Like if they
competition.
see me
I need
with her,
Yeah, I
it's
need
not gonna
I
look-
need the baddest
Dang, that
girl.
sucks.
I need the freshest
Oh.
this. I need this. It just needs to fit this
Yeah,
image,
true.
and it might not be dope in real life, but as long as it looks good on the
On
screen,
the ground.
Yeah.
then it's like people go along with it.
Yeah.
And like, so all of this branding stuff, like, that's
You're just trying to be genuine.
I don't like it. I just want to be everyone's friend who makes music. Like, everyone has that friend that makes music. So I just want to be your friend that makes music, and if you like my music, then that's cool, and if not, we're still friends. Like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's how I want to post stuff, and that's how I want to.
Well, you've been against it for a while. I think you still kind of are against social media.
Yeah.
But you have sort of
Use it to your advantage.
you've been posting more. So how are you seeing at least like the value and like where's the line you draw with like personal and whatever it
Yeah,
is?
I do. I just started looking at it as, you know, let me just put out. Excuse me. I was thinking about like, let me just put out exactly the type of stuff that I find interesting.
So you post when you want. It's not like
I just stop thinking about like how will this look as
Okay.
far as marketing goes.
Mm.
I just like have fun with it now. Like, if I want to post something, like, literally I've always loved going to like seeing like planes land. I've always loved seeing the feeling of being in an airport. I've always loved like clouds. Like, that's the type of stuff that just always like made me feel a certain way, like reminded me of like, you know, like, I don't know, like the 90s and like growing up, and it just has this, I don't know, something about an airport still feels like we're in the 90s. I don't know why.
That's crazy.
I think
I never
that's why
thought
like
about that.
artists sometimes like they don't want to deal with their own social
Yeah.
media, and they have people dealing with it because again it's like an essential part of like marketing.
Yeah.
But like don't want to personally put that type of energy
Yeah.
into like I want to make it this, like you're saying, they just want to make the music.
Yeah.
And I think that like maybe like along the line
Maybe.
you just like detach and
I'm
it
still
just
stuck on
becomes
this
a marketing
airport
thing.
thought.
Okay.
Like,
Let's think about that. Let's really go there.
because everything
Doesn't
around
it?
us, I feel like has progressed. Technology has advanced.
Yeah.
Everything,
But
but,
the
like
airport-
airports still feel the same.
Or gotten worse. Like the security takes longer sometimes.
Yeah.
It
Than
feels
like
like the
before.
90s in the airport, right? Is it actually, or is it just
I don't
me?
know.
Am
I don't know,
tripping?
but the thing is, the airports have not changed.
They haven't.
Like they're still you still wait the same amount of time.
Yeah, arrivals. There's like a thing that says arrivals.
Yeah.
It looks.
But his
why are we
album,
looking at like arrivals, like,
is there like there's an airplane on your album cover.
yeah.
Does that have to do with your album changes?
Yeah, it does, because like literally, I wanted to change. You know, if you want to change the weather, you get on a flight sometimes. If you want to change the vibe, you get on a flight. If you
That's what you do?
It's so casual.
Like, no, like it's a Jay-Z
Catch
line.
flights,
It's a
not
Jay-Z
feelings.
line.
Okay.
It's a Jay-Z line. Like we used to change. I forgot the line, but it's like he was like, we used to use umbrellas. Now we hop on a flight to change it. I'm butchering it so
Yeah,
bad, but
you
it's
got it,
on
you
Song Cry.
paraphrase.
It's on Song Cry. But like it's just a concept, really. I'm not on that level where I can do that, but it's a concept of
That's
just
a dope
like,
thought still.
it's like, you know, if you want change, sometimes you have to like get out of your comfort zone, go to a different place, and that's what the playing kind of.
And is that like what each song kind of represents, like different, you know,
talk
moments
about
of
your
changing?
album a little bit.
All right, so the album starts with the intro. I've always wanted to have an intro where I just talk my shit. Every intro I've done previously has been like a melodic, like it's been on some like just a song, really like a song. But this intro was just me talking and me telling you where I'm at right now and what I feel like. And I start off with fast forward to a year from now, and it's like we go into the future just 1 year, and I'm talking about me and my homies sport matching rollies, and everybody hears the sound. And it's like we're in a year from now, we're gonna be in a different place. And you know, I go from there to talking about what's happening in this year and what happens. That the intro to me is everything. How I is like the most, like, if anyone wants to ask me how do I feel about making music, you can listen to the intro and you'll know exactly what I feel about making music, because it's this process that it's a self-destructing process to make music, because what you're doing is that you're putting out everything you think, and then the people that know you growing up, they start looking at you different because they might not get it, and then people that don't know you start wanting to get to know you because you're helping them go through something. But in reality, what you're doing is your strangers become your closest. Like, strangers that listen to your music become the people that understand you the most, and the people that
That's a gem right there.
and the people that know you growing up, and they know what you're about growing up, they start to lose trust in you until they see some checks coming through.
Dang,
and then when that happens, that shit becomes like this. That's where it goes to 2006, and it goes to like reality checks, and like, you know, I'm talking about. Dang. Like,
I think a lot of artists can relate to that.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and that's why I want to embrace the moment I'm in now, because, you know, it's a blessing to be able to put out music and have people listen. You know,
is it a coincidence that we are also strangers that met you
and on this podcast called Strange Flavors?
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Is that a gem?
That's a gem.
That's a gem.
Yeah.
Listen, I have a question regarding that. Like, you gave us an early listen to the album. Yeah. You even like the first time we had you on the podcast, you had us over your house, and like you showed us like, this is what's happening. This is my layout. Yeah. Like, we could have been anybody.
Yeah, we could have leaked. Like, we could have leaked like, your album, bro.
Take us out of it. Take us out of it. How do you separate your well wishers from like snakes? Like, we could have been that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you would have known that. Or did you? Or is there something?
I'm not afraid.
Or maybe we're still snakes.
Afraid.
Oh, okay.
I'm not afraid. People are on this earth for like a short amount of time, and I don't have time to like really weed out like, oh, is this person gonna do me dirty? Like, if it happens, it happens. Like, you know, I just want to put out positive energy and like, and hope that it comes back to me. Like, I knew you better than you're making it seem. Like, off of like,
the party had gone by.
Like, we knew each other better than that. But for theatrical reasons, we can act like we didn't. But like,
still, we could have faked the whole party too.
You could have. But like, that would have been extravagant.
I don't think it's no. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's OD, because there are a lot of people. Yeah. There's people that I've known my whole life.
Yeah.
You know this. There's people you've known your whole life that like, that say like, yo, keep going, but secretly they're jealous, or there's hatred or whatever. Yeah. That could very well be. I don't think it's
the thing is, I think
crazy thought.
No, I agree. I just think that I'm so immune to that, to be honest. Like, one, I trusted you guys. Like, that's fact. Like, that's first.
Okay, so that right there. How do you know one from the other?
I think I can tell at this point, like, if it off a vibe, like, I can tell, like, I'm not gonna invite everyone into that space, you know. It's not gonna be like just like, oh, you fuck with me, so I fuck with you type of thing. It's like, I'm getting better at knowing, like, you know, if it's someone that rocks with what I'm doing, that's cool, but let me decide if I rock with them. as people, you
Got
know,
it.
and with what they're doing, their intentions, and I'm able to like decide, like separate the two. And it's also like, you know, there's been moments where it's like I'll have people in the space where I'm recording, and I'll make a note of it and be like, okay, this person's not coming back.
Dang.
Really?
Yeah, this person's not coming
That's why you
back.
never invited us back.
And what is it like? All right, we see how it is. I'm gonna go in their space. I'm gonna scope it out.
No,
Take
it's not
something.
like that.
No. No. On that, like, sort of note on immunity.
Yeah.
That's something you have to grow into. You've been in the game for a while. You're 32 now.
31.
31.
Yeah.
How do you stay level-headed and optimistic
Yeah.
throughout, especially in this field, which is like the rap game is. I mean, I don't know if it's getting easier or harder to make.
I
it, but
admire that so much because personally, like, if I was your age too, like, I hope to be in the same, you know, like pace and mindset and
Right.
everything.
It's the thing that really inspires me is the music, because the music is getting better. If the music was getting
your
worse,
music or
my
music?
music.
Okay.
Like, if my music was getting difficult to make, if it was getting, like, if I was making it and I wasn't feeling it, or if I was, like, you know, just not enjoying the process of making music, then I might be in a different mind state. But, like, my music is getting better and better, and like, I love it so much, and, like, I'm getting to a point where I listen to my music, like, so much. Like, it's one of the most played on my, like, you know, out of the other music that I listen to, I play my music
Like, you
just
enjoy
as much.
listening
Yeah.
to yourself.
Like, I love it. And
Dope.
like, and part of the reason why I didn't put out changes as fast as I could have was because I was listening to it, and I didn't want to put it out, because I know once I put music out, I don't listen to it as much. So the music that once it leaves, once I've created something, it's not, I feel like it's not mine anymore. I feel like it's everyone else's to listen to. So I'll focus my energy on the way I listen to it. Then it's like, all right, so I have to perfect performing these songs now. So I don't listen to it in the same way. So that's why when I had recorded a month ago, finished everything, and I was listening to the album on repeat because I was enjoying it. I wasn't listening to it in a way that, oh, how am I going to make this video? How am I going to perform this? I was just listening to the songs, and I was like, oh, this is a crazy album. And then I put it out, and I'm not listening to it right now as much. You know what I mean?
That's
I
so
don't
cool.
know.
I think you're reacting off of what other people are saying, and then maybe it helps you shape, like, okay, people like this one, maybe I need to start performing this or whatever.
Yeah, now I'm
Yeah.
like taking note of like what's happening
What's
with the
rocking.
album.
How have your parents been throughout this process of, you know, you since being a teenager till now, of like, oh, he's still at it? What's the attitude they have towards you and your sister? Your sister's in music as well. EDU, shout out.
Yeah, shout out to EDU.
Shout out.
My parents are super like supportive. They have, you know, they're always looking out for me, and they want me to do what makes me happy. As far as like them understanding like what's happening with this moment, I think they're worried.
Really?
Yeah.
In what way?
Because I think that my mom is like,
Wants grandkids.
my mama just
Sorry.
want me to handle or mess
That's
on
a
my
dope
own
one.
lines. But yeah, like my mom wants me to do what makes me happy. She like loves that I'm doing this, and she's proud of me, and it's hard for them to, it's almost like they want me to succeed, but they're afraid of my own success because of how much stress and drama they see it bringing me and my life, and they see that this road is gonna have a lot more difficulties like in the future. Like the success brings, you know, like more money, more problems, pretty much.
Mhm.
Like my mom is like really like thinking like Biggie, and like and that's where they're both at.
Is there like a line that or have you ever had a talk of like, okay, once you hit this age or something like that?
No, we
then-
don't talk like
okay.
that.
That's
We
dope.
don't
That's
talk
good.
like
That's
that.
really
That's
good.
really good.
We don't talk like that at all. We talk like, it's almost like they trust me. They like I said, they just want me to do what makes me happy.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it's just a matter of like with my dad, like he's starting to feel like something is shifting as far as like the energy and stuff. So he's getting a little more like quiet about it. Like he's like
excited.
Nah, not excited. Just
What's
more like
quiet?
He's saying less negative.
He's
things.
saying less in general about it, because he's kind of like, I wonder what's gonna happen. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like he believes
he
change.
he thinks that something's gonna happen, and it's just like, I don't know.
So a lot of artists, when they put out an album, they talk about like an epiphany or something that they have during it. Did you have one during Changes or while writing it?
So I wrote, there's this place in Tyson's corner in like, Virginia. And like I don't really like go out there too much, but there's this place called Sir. It's like a like a shisha
Sir
spot.
Sandwich.
Yeah. So I went there and I was like, I really need to finish this album, like in a way that's like, I had so many drafts and I had so many concepts of each song. And remember when I showed you guys the state it was in?
Yeah.
It was like a
skeleton.
Yeah.
I think that's what you described as. Yeah.
And it's like I had everything set up with the album. I had track titles, and I never did it that way. Normally I just make songs and I pick from the songs and I create an album out of it. But this time I wanted to create a vibe first and have the album be like able to be listened to without even words, and then add everything later. So I went to that shisha spot. And
Can I say real quick? It shows.
Yeah.
Like, I think I told you that, but I really respect that. And there's not like, I'm not bigging you up because you're here. It's like literally that, the way that it felt was a vibe. Every song title, it felt like a project. And I miss that. I miss being able to go to a 50 Cent album or like a J album or something and be like, I know exactly what I know what The Massacre feels like.
Right.
And I know every title.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like. I respect that you do that in a similar way that Drake keeps that energy alive of like, this is going to feel like
this moment.
This moment.
Yeah.
Which like, okay.
That's what I wanted to do. And that's crazy. It's amazing that you say that. But like, I went there and it was like a span of, it was 2 days actually. And it was one night and I was there till like 2 a.m. and I wrote 2006, and I wrote the intro, and I just had my headphones. I was sitting there, and then the next day I stayed there, and I stayed there for 8 hours straight. I went early and I stayed until they closed, and I just remember being by myself and writing. I told myself I'm not leaving here until I write 4 songs today. And then
on your phone or on
my laptop, on like laptop, and had headphones and everything. And then I stayed there and I did All My Life. I did what else did I do? I did All My Life. I did Icy. I did
Wow.
Those are my 2 favorites.
Yeah, I did those 2 right there. And then I did Can't Get Lit With You.
Okay.
And I did I think it was Little Did He Know. And that song has a whole like concept to it too.
You guys want to meet up tomorrow and serve?
That's what I'm thinking.
Right, meeting tomorrow.
And it was a cool moment because it was like, I remember I was like, oh, I'm on a roll. Like All My Life was just, I flew through that song.
Fire song.
I went through Can't Get Lit With You, and I did it in a way, I was like, I heard the beat, and then I rapped the song, I came up with the melody, and then I was able to like do the verse like super quick, and it was just like, that's when it feels really good, when it's like comes so natural. And then I was struggling with Icy, and I had this beat, and I was like, I know what kind of flow I want to have, I know everything. And then this group of like, it was actually a group of girls that walked in, and they're all beautiful, and they had this like look they had this like look to them that was like, you know, like, you're all gonna curve like every guy, like y'all together, y'all friends, you're gonna curve every guy, right? And like, so I just came out Icy right there off of that, and I just wrote Icy because I thought of them, and I was like, Icy, and then I like just wrote that song, and it was like just that. They inspired me to write that song, and
that's
then
so
like
funny.
That's funny because I think Icy is a girl song, kind of.
Yeah,
like that's probably gonna be like a girl, like one of the girls' favorite songs.
That's crazy. Yeah, it felt that. I mean, it felt like in that moment I was like, damn, like it was like to end of the night, and I was like, that's crazy that this just happened. And that just shows, like, I think with music, like, you just have to, like, anything creative, you just have to, like, not worry if you're not able to come up with something, just absorb shit. And I'm trying to do that in life, and just, like, absorb the moments.
That's
that
awesome.
I'm in.
Do you think the girls on that you mention all throughout the album are gonna hear it?
Yeah.
Has anybody ever been like, yo, you talked about something here, is there
Oh yeah.
relevance to that?
Yeah, all
Has
the
anyone-
time.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they get mad? Like, what's the reaction?
No, never mad.
Just like,
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a it's not a lot of, it's not like a whole bunch of girls, like, by any means. It's like whoever knows, like,
whoever knows knows.
they know. Yeah. And it's like it's nothing but love, you know. It's like
Okay.
it's like
You're kind of like
Just
honoring them.
situational.
Yeah.
it's nothing but love. They know where I'm coming from. They know why things didn't work out. They know it's not even, sometimes I'll take situations and like put how I feel in ways that it's like, you inspired me to make this, you inspired me to feel this way, and it's just nothing but love. Like, there's been moments where like on 2020 where I was speaking from a place of like
Resentment?
and I didn't like it. I don't know if we spoke about that, but like, because you said resentment, we did
No,
speak
I don't
about
think
it.
we did.
Like,
No.
that's crazy because you feel that way like on 2020.
I mean,
I could see it.
Yeah.
I listened.
That,
to
that's your
resentment.
project,
I just see
right?
all of them as
2020?
like, this is the situation I'm in.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem
Mhm.
disrespectful. Even
Yeah.
even 2020 doesn't sound like disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is what went down.
Except
Yeah.
for the women who were drinking Hennessy around you.
No, that wasn't
I'm just kidding.
that wasn't disrespect. That was not even a thing. But it's like there's moments in like older albums where like I felt like I need to like feel better about a situation, so I'm gonna put out this energy a certain way. Like No Slack had a lot of energy. It was kind of like I was upset in this moment, and I was like, yeah. And then like now it's just like changes is just like where I'm at right now, and I feel like it's coming from a more calm like place. It's not,
At your calm place, let's do some lyrical breakdown.
yeah.
Ooh.
Down.
Well, first of all, you talk about a lot of sort of like negative energy coming from those that have known you, around you, stuff like that. Do you feel like there's a lot of side-eyeing coming from like the community that you grew up in?
Mm-hmm.
Is it hard being either brown or Muslim in this?
I think that the side eye is more of a misunderstanding eye.
Okay.
I don't think it's
Just
I think
out of the
if
norm
somebody
type
talked
thing?
to me,
Yeah.
who's with that side eye, if they want to talk to me, then they'll get the story straight. But I'm just not in a place to be defensive because I know what I'm doing is, genuine to how I feel.
So there's no confrontation. It's just kind of
No.
like you hear,
Yeah.
you know what they're thinking about you.
Yeah, I'm
But
aware.
it's like, okay,
I'm
they just
aware.
don't know.
I'm aware. They
Also, it's not like your job to go explain
That's
everything
what I'm
about
saying.
you.
Yeah. So I try not to give that any life. And I also know that the kids, like, look up to anyone who's creating. And, people have different, like, people that inspire them and stuff. And then if I'm somebody that inspires, like, kids or even, like, one kid, then I just want to not be that person that gives the side eye energy, because then they'll do that, and
True.
and there's no point, because that's not productive. I'd rather give like positivity and like what Ellen says at the end of her show. what does she say again?
Be kind to one another.
Yeah, I'd rather give that energy.
I got drama with some family who just don't understand. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the ones that only pop up when they see
I
I got a chance.
Jeez. So that's about that's really about family that they don't understand that I'm not ignoring them intentionally, or I'm not neglecting them intentionally. I'm working, and they also don't know that everything isn't popping. they see, like what I was saying about social media earlier, is this image. You're looking at me through a lens of how I market myself. So I'm not marketing to you, family member. Like, I'm marketing to kids to get, or people, listeners of music who don't know me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I'm being myself. And obviously I'm not going to put out like moments of just like every second of the work, you know, because that's impossible to do. So a lot of times what happens is like people that know you, or family members, or even friends that you know feel like grew up together, or like they feel this sense of like, you know, I'm left out. Why am I not included in these moments that you're going through? So then it's like it builds like resentment, and then all of a sudden it's like you can't even talk to that person anymore because you try to talk to them. You're like, hey, what's up? I got some time. Do you want to kick it or whatever? But it's like this like moment of like they act like shit has changed.
You've been blowing them off.
Yeah, but it's not been like that. It's just like, yo,
You've just been working.
Yeah, I'm just working.
I feel that on a friends basis. It's hard because like I would hear all the time growing up. I love interviews. Like I would watch interviews like crazy of all my favorite artists for some reason, just like because getting to know them and stuff. And I would hear like industry friends a lot. And right now I'm sort of getting what that means because there's a lot of like friends you grow up with and stuff that just want to hang out. But it's like, as an artist, especially like when you're not really working a real job, I guess, quote unquote, and you're really working on your own self, they feel like they're being betrayed, and that like and like I know a lot of people tell me like, oh, you guys are always hanging out and having fun, but like that's not it. We're working. I actually like the people I work with. I'm actually fans of these people. But even when we hang out with you, it's like, like I like you as a person, but that relationship is important for us to grow together too.
And we get creative inspiration, like she was saying. And
people don't understand that, and it's hard. And I'm finally understanding with like industry friends. It's like I don't know if there's like industry friends. It's just like I'm working. This person is going to help me excel what I'm doing, and like
100%.
And they think that because you're going to all these places, people think that like we're like on touring around the country, we're making money. We're not. No, that's not the case. And so it's like we're really like hustling. That's what it is. So I feel what you're saying on like a friends basis, especially.
So it's definitely like, you know exactly the feeling. We all know the same feeling. It's like it's productive for us to like kick it, even if like we went and like did something just like all off, like, you know, like we enjoy each other's company, and it's like we enjoy each other's company, and also we're in this grind to like get somewhere with our creativity, and so it's productive for us to do anything together.
When we came to your house and we were just kicking it, like that was the day that like I called you immediately after, and I was like, Mo, like I do want to do music, and I just don't know whatever. And like that was like such a like breakthrough for me, and we weren't doing anything like, okay, let's work on this together. It was just hearing you talk and actually being inspired by it.
Why did you
why did you put it on the album? You could have got a feature.
Come on. If anybody rings your phone, just let it go to voicemail. It could be useful. Imagine that on an album. Mo, I do want to do music. You inspired me.
I would never put somebody on blast like that.
You say there's a part in there where you go.
Like you didn't even finish.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
We always do that. I'm sorry.
Okay,
no, you're fine.
I have a horrible habit of thinking someone's done.
It's okay. I'm done.
Oh, geez. I didn't mean to start.
Dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, come on.
Break it. This is why he's here. This is the thing.
So here's the issue, y'all.
There's a part in the album where you go, you keep missing flights, and you go security.
Yeah.
Is that because your name's Muhammad? Is that what it is? Yes.
Dude, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's so cool that only people that know that would know that.
Yeah. So y'all picked up on that?
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I was like, he goes security.
Yeah.
I'm like, because his name's Muhammad.
Yeah, because I sit in security.
So funny. So you get that a lot?
Yeah. So I just
I get that because I have Shah in my name.
I'm Khan. I feel you.
Yeah.
No, you get that because you look sus.
Bro, you have a bigger beard than I do.
Like, it doesn't matter if your name is like on the list, then it doesn't matter how you act. So I stopped even like trying to be polite. I just said like, yo, where's the room that you're gonna sit me in? And then he's
that's
like,
boss.
He's like, here, and then he like actually got mad, so he put me in the room. This happened.
You're putting yourself in that room.
No, I had an X.
He's like, I gotta write something.
I already had an X on my boarding pass. They put an X. You know, they put an X on it, right? So I was coming back from Canada, and I was at it was YYZ, and I was coming back to Dulles, and the whole like changes, airport, all that. I was like, yo, I just gotta go with this whole vibe, because this is a lot of shit changed growing up, like in seeing, like, even when 9/11 happened, like nobody cared about brown people in America. Then all of a sudden we have a whole country looking at us like we're bad people, when in reality, like, we're just like everyone else. And like everything changed for us, you know, after 9/11. And like I remember when I was 12 years old, and I was like 12 or 13, and they took me in the back to question me about stuff that I was so scared, and I was like, what's gonna happen to me? And I'm like, you know, like, because they just didn't know how to handle the situation at the time. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, why are you questioning, like, thinking back, I'm like questioning like a 12-year-old about,
that's
like,
wild.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, I'm born and raised. I was born in DC and raised in Maryland. So, but anyway, so I always get sat down in the extra, in like customs, like the extra waiting area, or the whole, I don't even know what it's called, but like they sat me there for 3 hours. And
What?
Yeah.
Did you miss your flight?
I missed my
For
flight.
what?
Yeah.
What did they do?
And they,
No, that's
they got
so
me a new
common.
flight.
Yeah.
They got me a new flight.
For
And
brown people.
They didn't do anything. I was in there, and
They're just like going through your records or something?
they didn't. I honestly
they're
don't
playing
think
his
that-
album? This bombs, yo, keep him in there a little longer.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know. I don't think they did anything, because when I walked in there, they didn't even take my passport. Like, they just sat me there for 3 hours, and that was it. And
That's
then I left.
wild.
Yeah. So.
All right, last one.
Yeah.
Can't be affected by rumors made up by consumers. What do you mean by that? Your consumers? Or other consumers?
By any consumer, because at the end of the day, everyone in this earth is like a consumer. We're all consumers, so just people. So like the rumors that are like
about you or in your music, or
about, yeah, like when I speak on that, I'm literally talking about, like, you know, oh, Mo, he raps now, oh, he's like this, oh, he's like that, you know.
He
So,
raps now?
yeah, like, oh, like he's big now, oh, he's like this
Oh,
now,
okay.
he's like that
Yeah.
now, like he's changed, blah blah blah, like all this stuff. I'm like, I can't be affected by those. Are just rumors, and they're just consumers. Like, they're at the end of the day, they're still playing my music. Even if they don't like me, my music is good, and they're still gonna play it. So at the end of the day, like, if you have a problem with me, then like, it's cool. Like, you're still a consumer.
Word. That's hard. Let's we were just talking about brown people. Let's do some brown talk.
Yeah, let's do some brown talk.
So last time you told us how Kais is you know, he's a good friend, and he kind of helped you out in your initial stages of like getting your music out there.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, you actually did a show over there in
SneakerCon?
Yeah, in Toronto.
So that's pretty dope. How was that? And you know, what does Kais mean to you? Like,
it was crazy. It was
this is Kais Omar, the YouTuber.
Yeah.
This big sneakerhead.
yeah,
I think he has like
he's popping.
500K on IG followers.
he's
and, like,
popping.
he's big on YouTube.
He's a great guy. First and foremost, he's a great guy, and he's rocked with my music for a long time, and I appreciate like everything that's happened from, you know, him including my music in his work. And that moment was crazy because, you know, I've been doing shows, and a lot of them have been like me putting a show together, and then like the people that were at the show are listening to my music for the first time, and it's like, it's that feeling of like, you know, like, oh, who's this guy? And then they listen to it, like, oh, this is good.
So you're trying to
And
like win them over.
yeah, it's a
basically, every
win
time.
them over type of show. This time it was Kais's like fans that were there, and I played and he told me to perform the intro song that I made in 2012, and I was like, I've never even performed that song. So I was like, okay, cool. So I performed that song, and first of all, when I got on stage, I saw and heard kids be like, oh, this is the guy, blah, 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 and I heard him like saying things like that. And I
They
was
knew
like,
you.
Yeah, like, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. I was looking at
Can you move
my
that a little
sister.
bit closer to you, sir?
I was looking at my sister, and she was like looking at me like, that's crazy, you
Yeah.
know? And I was like, it was just a moment, and I was like, this is wild. Like, these kids like know of me, you know. And then when I first walked in, there was a kid who actually came out to me and was like, hey, Mo, like, he dapped me up. He was like, Mo, like, I came here when I saw Kai's post that you're gonna perform. I love your music, and I came here to see you. And it's not like, and the thing is, it wasn't like a lot of people coming up to me like that, but that was the first thing that happened when I walked in, and I was like, this is amazing. Yeah. Like, it's all worth it. Yeah. Whatever happened.
You felt really good. And
felt great. And then,
did you meet Waji West and Ahmed? And
Ahmed was there. Okay. But yeah, so I went up and performed, and like, I performed that song that there was an intro. It's called Lose My Cool. And that song, like, I seen the kids in the front start rapping it along with me.
That's dope.
Because they recognized it, right?
Yeah, and they were like rapping it with me, and I was like, and that shit was crazy. And y'all know that feeling. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, that's so cool.
When they rap it along with you, you're like, it goes by so fast.
Yeah.
Because it's like a flash. It's just like, oh, I'm performing with y'all. Like, I'm not even, you know.
Was Fousey Tube there?
No, he wasn't there.
Do you know Fousey Tube?
No, I don't. I mean, I'm familiar with him, but like, I don't.
You know who he is.
Yeah. I don't know.
So you've met Fateh and Anik Khan since the last time we talked when we asked you what you think, and you weren't really aware, but we all met up at that Roots Gear event. Yeah. And you met them.
Roots Gear is a clothing company, right?
Yeah.
And then Fateh and Anik are brown artists.
Brown artists. Yeah. So what'd you think? Have you?
No, they're super nice guys. Yeah. I checked out. He just came out with the new track. It was dope. Like, I mess with, like, it's cool. Like, I just love that we're all in a place right now, like, all of us, you know, like, we're all in this place of just like, it's up to us.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's my next question. Like, when it comes to, like, you know, Kais and Anik and all these people, and even us, you know, having you on the podcast and everything. When it comes to, like, the people that are related to your culture, is there something that, you know, do you feel like it's important to work with each other more than people outside the culture? Is it important to, like, promote each other more than that, or do you think it's all equal?
I think that the first thing that you should look at when you're, like, working with somebody is like, if you really, because even if you're in the same culture, like, you can not vibe with somebody.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So like the first thing that you should look at is, like, how you feel. Like, creatively, if you feel inspired by someone's presence, you should keep that person around you. Like, not only just creatively, like, just in life in general. Like, if you feel inspired by somebody being there, then that's a person that you keep around you. I don't think that I don't think it, like, stops at a culture. I think it transcends to, like, every culture there is. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the values that you want to live by create your culture, not necessarily where you come from. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, we all can create. It's like up to us what we call culture. Like, we create it. So, like, that's how I feel about it. I think that as far as, like, me, like, being brown, like, me being, like, Pakistani and Indian, like, I, like, definitely will inspire kids that look like me, because growing up I didn't have any artists. I was a hip hop head, but there was no artist from America rapping about stuff that I understood, who was also, like, Pakistani and Indian. You know what I mean?
There's a big wave of that going on right now, where all those kids that grew up in that sort of environment, like, we grew up on hip hop, but we don't really know that much about our own, like, culture, music over there and stuff. So now we have to
create our own
place. So,
no, but that's kind of what I mean by like we create our own, like the whole, there's a subculture that we're creating. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily.
It's like, not super Pakistani. It's not super American.
It's our own. Like, it is what it is. Like, cause they might not. If it's like, there was definitely artists. There were brown artists when I was growing up, but I didn't connect with them, and there's a reason that I didn't connect with them, because I grew up
Sometimes the first couple, also, a lot of people are kind of like, they don't really know if they like them, but they just feel good that they're representing. Yeah. Have you ever had to, like, fake it?
I never fake it. Like, I can't. Like if I
Like when you're at a show with us, you're like, Martin, like they're whack. But like,
no, not at all. Like I'll never fake it like that. But at the end of the day, like I want everyone to create what's genuine to them. Like the thing that I don't rock with is when I see artists not being genuine to themselves. Like I think we talked about this before. Like I don't care what you talk about, but as long as you believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you believe it and you feel like you need to put it out there, then that's what you should do. You know what I'm saying? And then that's what I mess with.
Yeah. Well, if this project gives you that sort of big break, God willing, inshallah, what's the first thing you do when you get that check?
Dang, that's a hard question.
I don't
Did you
know.
drop that on him?
Yeah.
Like
I'm here to ask those questions.
I would
I'm going to hold him to it.
I see it.
Have proof.
Yeah.
probably show my
Expose him.
dad.
Show your dad?
Yeah.
Aw.
Show your dad or give it to him?
No,
No,
Exposed.
that's what you do. You give it to your dad, and then he's like, "Oh, nay, beta, it's okay."
And then you take it.
and then you take it. Oh, okay.
yeah,
Show your dad. No, that's still a dope.
Show
answer.
my
Like,
dad.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah.
No, because that's awesome. Because like your dad's like they want to see the money, right? You're like working on this very
Yeah.
sketchy quote unquote
Yeah.
field,
Yeah.
and they're like, "How are you gonna get money?" And then you
Yeah.
show them, and you're like,
Dad,
okay.
here's for
I'm-
all the rent payment for
Yeah.
the past.
And it's like, okay, I believe in you
Yeah,
now.
for real.
You can make that much money.
No,
Like,
that's what's beautiful about like, our culture and our families is like, there's no time limit for the most part for like how long you stay
Yeah.
with your like it's your home.
Yeah.
And for some reason, there's like this weird notion that we have in this country. I'm talking about America, that like, you got to move out by the time you're 18. And
yeah.
I know people that have to like pitch in for rent.
Yeah.
that sucks.
That's weird. That's
Yeah.
so
it's
bizarre
cultural.
to me.
It's
Yeah.
cultural,
Yeah.
and it's
What's something you would never sacrifice for the game?
my content. Like I wouldn't ever change if somebody said like, oh, you can be signed tomorrow if you make a song about XYZ, then I'm gonna be
What's
like,
the XYZ?
like something I don't believe in, like something
Like a
negative.
different image.
Something negative, not even image, like just like yeah, like something that I don't like co-sign, something that I don't actually like rock with, like something that's pushing out negativity. Like if it's pushing out negativity, there's ways you can rap a song about anything and it can be positive or negative. Like you can rap about money, you can rap about strippers, you can rap about anything, but you can do it in a positive way, or you can rap about it in a negative way. But that's what I'm saying. Like it's all about how you write, because it's a skill to write, and if you take that skill and you abuse it, then you're pushing out negativity, you're making people feel bad about what you're putting out, then you shouldn't be in it. You should be aspiring to like, and that doesn't mean like if you're going through something that is negative, it doesn't mean that you don't say it. It means you say it and it'll help people overcome that. You know what I'm saying? So like that's really how I feel about it.
I know you have a question.
No, it wasn't relevant to this question though.
No, go
No,
ahead.
go ahead.
What's your favorite song on the album?
It changes a lot.
Wait, can we say ours first and then
Yeah.
say-
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like All My Life. Like when I hear that song, I'm like, I'm a beast. I like All My Life. Like,
Did you hear the
and
way he
it-
said that? I just feel like I'm a beast. I feel like I have the strength to do anything.
No, but the intro is hype because you're like in a live setting and you feel like you're in the concert or whatever, and you're like, yo, we're all in this like vibe together, and then the song starts with like
Around the DMV. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, we all believe in
Yeah.
something, and that's it's all love. We're all here, and it's like you feel like you're part of this experience,
Yeah.
and you're just like you're like rapping about like how you've been at it, and you're gonna keep going. So
Icy?
it's like,
Are you icy?
I was gonna say All My Life, but because he said that one, I'll say Icy.
Icy.
Oh, 'cause
Yeah.
the girls
Icy's
song.
good.
Yes.
For the girls.
Yes.
Tell me something good.
Hey,
Yeah,
Day
that's a good
one.
one.
Day one.
I also really like Changes too. Like
Changes.
Yeah,
that's a
I've
vibe
been
too.
I've been
But
rocking with
ultimately,
changes.
all three of these are my favorite songs.
Yeah.
All right,
That's awesome.
what's your favorite song?
I really like Little Did He Know,
Why is that?
because I always wanted a song where it's kind of how I feel a lot of the time. That's kind of like
Like underdog type?
Nah, that song is about like being stagnant, and that song is about
okay.
being that song is about being like, you know, afraid of like it's about like making the same mistakes continuously, and it's like, because life is like that, you know, like, and that song, I don't say, I repeat myself the entire song, and in that song it's about, like, you know, it's like I feel like I'm standing still.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now.
And then, yeah, and then,
I feel like I'm standing
and
still.
then, in that song, I don't say anything else because I'm standing still. And it's like, I'm trying to like say something else, but I never do. Because I literally, that's how I feel. Like, I feel like I'm on a treadmill, like I'm standing still, and like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. And that's how I feel. It's like all this happens, this changes happens, the album happens. And then at the second to last song, it's like, it's second guessing yourself. It's like, you know, right before you do something great, you're like, hold up, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Because we never do. No one knows what happens until you go. You know, and then we can't come back and tell anyone, like, yo, this is what's going on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then it goes to changes after that. And then it's like, you know, on some like, let's go, like, now you see me, like, type of thing.
We gotta wrap this up soon, but changes. What do you feel like has been the best sort of mistakes that you've made and like learned from? What's the most significant changes? When you say changes, what do you?
There's a lot, you know, like changes, like, is really, what it means to me is like, I'm creating the change. Like, I'm creating the changes in my life, and like, life is full of changes. Like, life is literally a whole like sequence of phases, you know, like everything you go through in life is a phase, right? But it's our job, because nothing lasts forever. Like, nothing will last. Like, you know, the feelings that we feel right now of being inspired aren't going to last forever. There's going to be a time where we don't care. There's going to be a time where we're content. There's going to be a time where we're feeling uninspired. There's going to be times where, you know, we feel really happy, and it's cool that we don't have to do this all the time, or, you know what I'm saying? But right now we're motivated individuals, and we want to get to a certain place, and that's still, and people look at that word phase as like a bad thing. But so like, when you think that everything's a phase, you're like, damn, like, what you mean, like, everything, you know what I'm saying, like, is that way? But like, it's just
a phase, mom.
Yeah, like, it's like, it's looked at in a bad way, but like, the word is actually a positive thing. Like, if you just embrace the changes, then you'll just recognize it. Yeah. Dope. And that's what I put in the album, in the intro. It's like, life is full of phases, I embrace the changes. And it's like, that's the whole motto of the album to me.
What's next for you? And who's somebody that, if you got the opportunity, you'd want to collab with? Or do you even want to collab?
I don't know about collabing. Like, I just think that, like, if it's a good fit,
if the opportunity
comes, yeah, like, that type of thing.
Nav.
Anyone.
Drake.
All these artists, like, if it happens, it'll be so cool. Like,
I want to hear the what's next question.
The what's next question.
Yeah. Answer to that.
So next is, I wanna find a way to, like, just calm things down a little.
Bro, you're the calmest person I know.
Like, I want to stop, like, I don't know, I want to, like, I'm really trying to work on just being present.
Wow.
That's really, like, the biggest thing that I'm acknowledging that I'm having a tough time being present.
Like, in the moment? And stuff?
Just present in any setting. Like, when I'm with who I'm with, I want to be with that person. I want to be there, like, fully, and I'm trying to work on that, you know. And I want to be like, you know, I want to, like, get more organized and just like figure out exactly the moves, and just not overthink about it, and just be where I'm at.
That's awesome. I think we all could, you know, take a note from that.
Yeah.
Everybody
pursue that.
life feels very like the more you grow up, and I think especially in the time we're living in now, everything feels so fast.
It's too
Everything
fast.
feels so sudden.
Yeah.
Everything is so quick at your fingertips.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's too fast. So, and it doesn't have to be that. We make it faster than it needs to be.
Can I also tell you what's next for you?
What's next?
Acting.
I could act.
Dude, you and your sister
Oh yeah.
make funny like stuff. Well, she takes charge of that.
Funny.
But even when she like kind of puts you in stuff, like that would be awesome if you guys did more of that. It's so good. Like it's just
it's fun.
Like there's no, the thing is there's no like purpose and message. It's just like it is
putting it out to the
you're just
world.
doing it to do it.
like
Yeah.
let's do a taste.
crazy.
It feels so like classic YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Like when nobody cared about like
Monetization.
all right, this is how the video is gonna go. It's
Yeah.
just like, all right, let's do a taste test, and you don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
There's no like
No one knows what she's gonna do.
yeah.
Yeah. No,
She's
but I
dope for
love
that.
that. Like
Yeah.
I told you that before too. I was like, yo, whatever Edie is doing is great. Like
Yeah.
it's so funny. Like you'll like every day I'm just like, what is she talking about today? Is she gonna be reviewing?
But that's
candy,
cool
or
because
is she
like you
gonna-
never know what it
Exactly.
could be.
It's
You're not
really-
expecting anything, so I'm not gonna be like, all right, I'll skip this one because I don't know what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
You never know, right?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's crazy. Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you
course.
so
Yeah,
much.
thank you so
Awesome.
much. Round two. This
We're
was
gonna
fun.
leave changes in the description. Please go check it out if you haven't
Definitely
already.
check it out.
Check out MOE VISION. EDU's album is coming out soon.
Yeah.
We'll link her Instagram in the description as well because her videos
Or
are so funny.
SoundCloud.
Don't miss out. You don't want to miss out on that.
And are you still, with the changes that have come, are you still a chocolate milk or have you changed your flavor?
Oh, jeez. I should have thought about this again.
Uh-oh.
God.
Hey, if you
No,
still want to be,
I say stay
chocolate
with
milk
chocolate
is
milk.
the best thing that's been
That's ever
invented,
been,
and that's
so
what you
am I.
are. Hey,
Not a flavor.
I rock with that.
It doesn't have to be
No.
an ice cream flavor. I'm a sprinkle.
people have said all types.
I
of
still support that
He was
Did you
flavor.
just say I'm a
Steak.
sprinkle?
I'm
Yeah.
sprinkle. That's my flavor.
Oh, okay.
I
Jeez.
stick with it, bro.
Stick
Yeah.
with it?
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with it.
Stick with
Okay.
it.
Stick with it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Let's go get some ice cream.
Yeah.
Down.
On that note,
All right. Well, thank you guys to listening to another episode of Strange Flavors. It's been another week.
another flavor.
A little a stranger.
See you next time. Peace.
Icy, take me back to when you wouldn't fight me. I pull up to your crib, it was dicey. Something I should not have taken lightly. Something that just ended as a pipe dream.